Hello, and welcome to day 3 of my video series, The Art of Resilience for Women. I hope you've enjoyed the series so far, and the first 2 videos gave you some food for thought. Today, I'd like to talk about perception. Perception of how people see us um, by the boundaries that we set. What I mean by that is we can get annoyed by people or frustrated about how people treat us or their actions towards us. But what we're doing without realizing is we are giving off a certain perception to them that it's okay to do that. And it seems a little bit unfair, I always think, but it is actually up to us to do a little bit of work to change the perception people have of others, if that will benefit you. So, for example, in a work situation, it can be that you are the problem solver. People come to you whenever there's a problem or there's a panic, and without thinking perhaps how they could solve the issue themselves, they're going to come to you first. You are the person whose door is always open. You're the person who will drop everything that you're working on to help others. So in that situation, it can be really destructive to your working day and to your productivity. And people can misunderstand that your door is always open because they're going to think of themselves first. People want to make their life easier. So if they're thinking that you will do that for them and will always help, you're making it easy for them. They're gonna come to you first. An example in your personal life would be if you have a friend who quite often will cancel or change plans at the last minute. So you may have organised your day around lunch with this person, or organise a babysitter for the evening, and they'll quite often change plans, change the date. Um, and if you are the sort of person that always says yes to them, or is very understanding, and don't worry, it's fine, just let us know when you're next free, etc., because you're a nice person, and you want to be understanding. But if it is a behavior that keeps happening, it's in your power to change that. So start to think about how your behaviors are influencing theirs. So in that example, that friend probably thinks, something else has come up. There's I don't know, perhaps someone else that they can't say no to, but they know that they can say no to you because you are so understanding and they feel comfortable doing that. So if either of these 2 examples resonate, here's something for you to think about. Setting personal boundaries is something that most people do, and someone who wants to look after their personal um, personal health, mental health, physical health even, and put their self-care front of mind, will set some boundaries, some healthy boundaries for them. So we can get into habits where those boundaries are trodden all over, and we sort of don't really quite know how to bring it back and reset them. So there's a way of doing it that doesn't involve you completely changing your personality and putting up all these barriers. It's about thinking how you could react differently and taking a few seconds perhaps to help you respond in a different way. So, for example, if you are in a work situation and somebody comes to you with an emergency, um, try and get in the habit of saying, I'll be with you in 5 minutes, or I'm just finishing something first, and then I'll get back to you. And just give yourself some time to think about how you want to respond and think about whether this request is really going to impact your day, your productivity, your plans. Um, think about, is there anyone else that can help them? Can they help themselves? So instead of doing that reaction of yes, what is it? Yes, how can I help? Please tell me, how can I help you? You might find that you are subconsciously doing this, and then you pay for it later or you regret it. So try and put up a few, you know, buffers, if you like, um, about how you can delay your response and make sure that it works for you. Um, Equally, in your personal life, if there is somebody that you feel always changes plans or is maybe taking advantage of your good nature, um, they are just happily going on through life thinking that you're fine with it, that and if you are, that's great, but if you're not, you have to change your behavior so they have a different perception of you, so that they won't always think of changing plans, or they won't always think, oh, that's fine, I can put somebody else first before you, because you are always so understanding. um you don't want to be that person all the time, because it can unbalance it can, yeah, unbalance, I think the right word, your um, your plans for your self care, for your weekend, for your social life, and that's important. So we do have to put ourselves first in certain situations, and perception of how others see you can be a contributor to this. Um, So I hope that makes sense. My takeaway for you today is to be aware of this, and take some time to respond and try not to say yes to every situation. Um, think about your personal boundaries. Give yourself a bit of a buffer, some time to think, and just be very aware of how your next action is going to be perceived by someone else. So even thinking about it in that way can help you make some adjustments to your actions and behaviors, to help people perceive you in a different way. Um, so I'm going to leave you with that. And I'll be back tomorrow talking about how to build your personal power. So have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.